I'm basically out here trying to kill some time. I'm out here basically trying to kill some time before our main event, Sheikh Yerbuty, gets out here. I'm sure you're all excited for that. It's gonna be a good time. Something funny? It's just it's a man's name. You guys better fix that attitude before he gets out here. Seriously. Anyways, we're still waiting on him to get here. As many of you probably already know, he was at the royal wedding yesterday in London. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, and he's still not back from the airport, so we're waiting on him to get here. So I'm just trying to kill some time. I'm kind of sad that the wedding's over, though. I really enjoyed watching the news the past week. By Wednesday, I could tell that no matter what happened in the world, they were still going to cover that as the top story. Like if apocalypse happened or Armageddon happened on Thursday, they were still going to talk about it. No matter how bad the tornadoes got, how big the death toll count, they were still going to talk about the wedding yesterday. Like, this just in, the death toll in the Midwest due to the severe storms and tornadoes has now just reached 200. Thoughts and prayers over the victims. Well, just our prayers. Our thoughts are on what song will Prince William be waking up to? Anyone. Yeah, I'm going to miss that. Just as a heads up, though. Actually, before one more thought on the wedding, if that's okay, if you don't mind. All right. How awesome is that? The idea to not have to pay 1 cent for your wedding. Like imagine that feeling, not having to worry about. Some of you are women, never mind, you will now. But yeah, I just want to throw this out there. There will be no kegs and eggs jokes tonight for the Albany students. It's not cool. I'm not going to make fun of you guys for that. I go to Union, which is don't be proud, guys. It's okay. Wait around. Yeah, let me tell you guys a little bit about Union so you get an understanding of what it's like. 2 of my best friends are here tonight from Union. Both of them just happen to be African American. So currently, you're not you. I saw you, and I was going to say black. So yeah, since they're here and I'm here, I believe the current diversity level at Union is at -3. Yeah, and like the MSA, the Muslim Students Association at Union, well, you're looking at him. It's the 2nd smallest group on campus. The first, of course, being the USWTS WABI, which is, as you may know, the Union students who think that slavery was a bad idea. Poor membership attendance. Yeah, if any of the Union students tried to do what you guys did during Kegs and Eggs in Schenectady, you know, going around defacing property, smashing windows, vandalizing vehicles, the locals probably wouldn't notice. For any Siena students out there, I was basically saying that Schenectady's kind of crappy. I understand you're a little slower. Apparently, I'm here for you guys though. But you know, while we're on the topic of school, probably no better time than now than to discuss my experience this past fall. I did a term abroad in the Czech Republic for 4 months. And for any of you Siena students, the Czech Republic is located in that part of Europe where civilization ends and Russia begins. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. Let me, in case any of you are ever considering going there, let me give you a little insight to some things that you find out immediately as you arrive in the Czech Republic. One, absolutely no one is content with their life over there. Not even slightly. Legitimately, at the orientation meeting, they told us to not smile on the subway because it was an obvious sign to pickpocketers that you were foreign. Smiling in public makes people aware that you are not from that country. At the airport, they don't check your passport to see if you're a Czech citizen. They check your wrist for scratches. Oh, he's in. Some of you apparently have offended that joke. Anyways, yeah. So I knew that joke was going to be difficult, not because of the subject matter, but because I had to use the word, the noun check and the verb check in the same sentence. For the Sienna students, a noun is. Anyways, back to the list though. Let's not forget why we're here. Okay. So number 2, the Czech language does not believe in vowels. Just, I wouldn't even suggest trying to learn it. It's hard, it's difficult, and unless you feel comfortable like trying to suffocate while talking for a long period of time, don't bother. But there is a cool thing about that language. Only one thing about it. And that is that the word really in Czech is fuck. I swear to God. You'll just be walking down the street and just see a casual conversation and people will be like, fuck. Fuck? Fuck. But it'll make you laugh, but don't smile. Seriously. I'd be like, fuck this guy. Fuck. There's one other cool thing about the language, but it's only cool if you're a rapist. And that's because the word no in Czech means yes. So no does not mean no. Great vacation spot in case any of you cross players. What is this dude? Calm down, people. It's just a lacrosse street. Anyways, the third thing that you will learn is that the only thing that makes Czech people more miserable than living is hearing Americans speak English to them. They cannot stand it. And it didn't really affect me as much as it affected my friends. Me, it didn't affect because I figured out the solution to it. What you do is you gotta talk like Borat when you communicate with people. Not just any Borat though. That'd be insulting if it was normal Borat. You have to be constipated Borat. Let me demonstrate so you understand. This is me on the average day in a market trying to get some bananas. Hello. How do those? How much bananas? But even with that, the average Czech person knows about like 2 or 3 words. Oh, it's when I step on this that it makes the sound. I get it. Sorry. Little side note to myself. But yeah, they're not, like, the Borat can only take you so far in Czech. It's not going to really get you anywhere. So, especially that's an issue if you're trying to get a haircut over there. First of all, haircutting in the Czech Republic is an all-female sport. There's no such thing as a male Czech barber, mostly because there's no such thing as a Czech male sober enough to give a haircut. So yeah, back to the haircut. The Borat accent kind of worked for me, but it was really an issue for my roommate. Actually, the whole time, the negativity there, it affected no one more than my roommate. You see, my roommate was from the great state of Texas. Texas. And every day he saw this guy's heart rate more and more. Because, you see, when he speaks English, he doesn't speak English, he speaks English slowly. So slowly. And you just see the people when he communicates with them reaching their boiling point slowly. And he's the nicest guy. I swear to God, every other sentence ends in God bless. And yet, the kid was just getting nothing but hate from these people. So I felt bad. So he's trying to tell his barberette, you know, how he sees this haircut going. And she's acting like she's really gonna help him out here. But then she goes and she pulls out the clippers. And let me explain to you. My roommate had been growing out his hair for about 6 months, and I quote, was really hoping to keep the flow alive and kicking. So she turns on the razor, or the clippers, and he reacts to this by wildly gesturing, trim, trim, trim. And she nods, and the next 20 minutes are some of the most graphic and disturbing images I've ever witnessed in my life. For the first 5 minutes, he was screaming, "No corto, no corto!" Which, let me explain that. Every person from Texas apparently believes that if you don't speak English, you must understand Spanish. So 15 minutes later, his transition to Edward Norton from American History X was complete. And it was, I'll never forget the scene of him just standing there, clutching the lock of hair, still kind of murmuring, "No, Lord." But yeah, I had to endure 4 months of this. It was rough at points, but I found a good outlet. I joined a soccer league while I was over there. It was really fun. Funny story, one day at one game I got ejected, but it was totally worth it. There was a French guy on the other team, and during halftime, I non-stop nagged this guy to say something for me. I wanted him to say one sentence specifically. That sentence was, "I want happiness." Now, some of you are looking at me like, why did he want him to say that? You've obviously never heard a Frenchman say the word happiness before. Let me demonstrate. Happiness? So, I'm begging this guy, and eventually he's like, "Peter, do it. I want happiness." His boys were laughing at me. It was really sad. "He wants happiness, Peter wants happiness." They were cracking up. But the ref didn't like it, and he ejected me. And I remember later that day, I was Skyping with my dad, and I told him about the ejection. And he looked at me confused, and he goes, "You had an erection?" I was like, "Dad, I was ejection, not erection. I was ejected." He goes, "They ejected because of the erection?" What did you do with it? But hold on. I think Sheikh Yerbuty's here. He's here? He's not? It's who? Seriously? I guess Sheikh Yerbuty's not here, but we've been told that we have a special guest. Straight from Libya, Moammar Ghaddafi. Wasn't expecting this, but I guess I'll help him translate. أقول لهم في English.
أنا معمر القذافي قائد ليبيا العظيم.
He said, I am. Is NATO here? So, I'll take that mic. Alright, you guys can hear me. It's not like we they gave us the big room. Tokyo Drift was over there. Anyways, I think he said, I am Moammar Ghaddafi, the great leader of Libya.
الشيخ اليربوتي دعاني عشان أحكي معك اليوم.
He was invited to speak here by Sheikh Yerbuty.
عشان أحكي لكم عن الأعمال البطولية في ليبيا. بلد عظيم.
I didn't catch that, but I think he said Sheikh Yerbuty invited him because there's no act easier to follow than a bloody murderous dictator.
ملاحظين إنه معيش حراس اليوم.
He said that he's sorry his bodyguards couldn't make it today.
كلهم عندهم الدورة.
They all had their periods.
أنا مش فاهم. أنتوا كيف تتوقعوا زلمة
شعره كنفش، شخصيته شنافة، زلمة عقله طاير إنه يحكم بلد.
Some of you may be wondering how such a crazy man with weird hair and crazy personality could lead a country.
أنا ما بعرف ليش دونالد ترامب بده ينزل على الانتخابات الرئاسية.
I don't know why Donald Trump is running for president.
أنا عايز أقول لكم مبروك على انتخابكم لأول رئيس مسلم في هذا البلد.
He wants to congratulate us for voting for the first Muslim president.
بصفتي عضو في الاتحاد الأفريقي
As a member of the African Union,
أنا بحب أبارك لكم على الانتخاب.
I'm very proud to see a man born in Africa leading this country. I think that's it.
طالما بنحكي عن الرؤساء.
Now, while we're on the topic of leaders,
صديقي العزيز حسني مبارك
my good friend Hosni Mubarak
سألني إذا إنه بيقدر يجي على ليبيا بعد الأحداث اللي صارت بمصر.
he asked you if he could stay in Libya after the revolutions in Egypt.
أنا قلت له إن ليبيا مثل كيس بيضات لانس أرمسترونغ.
I told him Libya is like Lance Armstrong's genitals.
There's only room for one nut.
أنا شفت صور تعيسة جدا الشهر اللي فات.
You've seen some very sad images in the past month.
سيارات خربانة،
Streets destroyed,
كل موت على الشوارع
houses and cars demolished,
وناس مش شايفين الضوء.
and people running in the streets like lunatics.
بس أنا مش راح أحكي عن حاجات كل اللي بيسووها هون.
But enough about kegs and eggs.
خلينا نحكي عن الشعب الليبي.
Let's talk about Libya.
زي ما بتعرفوا ليبيا تحت هجوم من قوات الظلام في العالم.
As many of you are aware, Libya is under attack from some of the most evil forces in the world today.
أكيد أنتم بتعرفوا عن مين أنا بحكي. أنا بحكي عن بريطانيا، فرنسا، أمريكا وسنوكي.
I think you guys understood that one.
هاي المصيبة بلشها الفرنسيون.
Oh, that's messed up, man. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, bro, I'm not going to say that. Move on to the next one. I mean, this catastrophe, wait, what? All right, the U.S. wants to do to Libya what they did to the poor, innocent people of Avatar.
أنا شفت صور من الاحتلال الأمريكي على آفاتار.
I've seen footage of the invasion that your army has done to that country.
أنا لن أسكت عن أي هجوم على ليبيا. وراح أستعمل في حال الهجوم لم يتوقف راح أستعمل شعبي كشبكة تمسكوا كلكم واحد واحد.
If the U.S. does not stop its attack on Libya, I will have no other choice but to put my hair in a dragon and attack all of you.
شو مشكلة أمريكا مع ليبيا؟
What's America's problem with Libya?
أنتم مش عاوزين ابني إنه يخلف بعدي؟
Do you not want my son to succeed me?
هذا رأي الشعب الليبي.
This is the Libyan people's choice.
الشعب الليبي بدهم ابني إنه يخلفني.
The Libyan people want your son to succeed you?
الشعب الليبي بيحتاج ابنه إنه يخلفني.
The Libyan people need your son to succeed you.
بيعرفوا إنه انتحت زي الحصان.
They know that he is hung like a horse.
Like father, like son.
The translator.
أنا بعرف إنكم بتشكوا فيه لأنه أصبع.
I understand people question his leadership skills because he's bald.
بس
عشانه أصبع.
ما بيعنيش انه مش راح يكون قائد عظيم.
Just because he does not have his father's hair does not mean he won't be a good leader. That's
رايح يكون هو قائد
it's your
عظيم.
hair that does it for you. He will make an excellent leader.
أنا شفته هو بوكل 40 قطعة من ماكدونالدز.
I have seen him eat 40 chicken McNuggets in one sitting.
ما تكونوش أغبياء وتردوا على اللي بيقول لكم إياه تبعين
Do not be fooled by what your politicians tell you.
ليبيا تحت الاحتلال مشان النفط.
Libya is not just being attacked for its oil.
الشعب الغرب بدهم من ليبيا أكثر من هيك. بدهم كل اللي عندنا من المجموعات الموسيقية.
The West wants more than this. They know that you have the largest collection of silly bands.
الغرب بدهم إياني أغادر ليبيا. أنا هسه راح أقول لكم شو بدي.
Wow. Oh. So the West wants me to leave Libya. Here are my demands. All right, let's hear this.
الطلب الأول سايمون كاول لازم يرجع على أمريكان آيدول.
Simon Cowell has to return to American Idol. That's your first demand.
ستيفن تايلر لازم يحلق لي من تحت.
Steven Tyler makes my balls shrink.
ولازم لاري كينج يعيش مرة ثانية.
And please bring Larry King back to life.
بيرس مورغان بيحلق لي من تحت.
Pierce Morgan also makes my balls shrink.
وطبعا أنا بدي وي.
Okay. Wait, is we the game system or is
We.
Oh,
We.
he wants a we too.
أنت ممكن تفصلني من ليبيا لأي مكان في العالم إلا سوريا.
His fourth demand is you can send him anywhere in the world but Syria.
يخلوني أبين كأني مستر روجرز.
Those guys make me look like Mr. Rogers.
الطلب الخامس بدي أكون أبين على حلقة من البرنامج المفضل تبعي جديد.
His fifth and final demand is to have an appearance on his favorite show, Glee.
في النهاية أنا بدي أشكركم على استماعكم إلي اليوم.
In closing, we'd like to thank you all for listening.
أنتوا جماعة عظيمين.
You have been an excellent crowd. Thanks.
لو إنكم أنتوا شعبي أنا كانت بقتلكم بشكل رحيم.
If you were my people, I would gently repress your rights. That's nice of you.
هسه أنا بدي أروح أبيع آيفون نانوز بالكراج تحت. إذا بدكم منهن. مع السلامة.
Goodbye. In case anyone's interested, he'll be selling iPod Nanos and things like that. I'm really, really sorry about that. I really am. It's because of guys like him that I have to deal with the worst stereotypes. He's both an Arab and a Muslim. Like the other day, this lady who knows I'm Muslim comes up to me and she asked me the most ridiculous question. She's like, do women suicide bombers think that they get 72 male virgins when they die? And then she couldn't even give her like a straight face while she said that. She's like, you can't even find 72 male virgins anymore. I looked at her, I go, what, you've never been to a guy? Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess Sheikh Yerbuty's here, man. That's good news, but I'm gonna give the mic to a member of his entourage and then introduce him. His name is Brother Bob. He's one of Sheikh Yerbuty's first converts to Islam. So please give a warm welcome to Brother Bob. That's not Brother Bob. Oh, here we go.